Hey, buddy. Welcome to Thursday. Today is October 17th, 2024. And it has been a morning. I am awake. I am alive. I would hesitate to say I'm alert, but I have a way to fix that. Today's coffee is Black Rifle coffee, the caramel latte, nothing else. I did well, of course. I added in the 2 scoops of my Premier Protein cafe latte protein powder. Got to get my protein in. But other than that, no syrup, no sweetener, no extra anything. Just that. Mm, I am leaning on that this morning. I'm congested, so I apologize in advance if my voice sounds weird or different. I'm doing the very best that I can with this because apparently I thought I was well. I'm not well enough. Excuse me, but as you all know, when I commit to something, as much as I can make that happen, it's going to happen. Um, let's move on a little bit. I want to say good morning or basically hello to all of my current subscribers. Thanks for stopping by again. I really appreciate having you here. To my new subscribers, welcome. I'm so glad to see you. I hope you enjoy yourself. Make yourself at home, get comfortable. You'll notice that we are indoors, and I'm sure you could have probably anticipated that based on the weather. Today's weather is currently 35 degrees. We're only expecting a high of 69. I've been told from sources like Echo, or maybe the other name that you might call your device by, that my area is under a freeze warning. So I'm not surprised. But that's all the more reason that I'm not outside, especially considering how I already sound. It is currently 5:37 in the morning, and yeah, that's a little late for us, but it's not horrible. I have been later. And yes, I still have to work. Mm, mm. Wow, 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 wow. So good. Let me give you the quote of the day. Today's quote is "Quality is not an act, it is a habit" by Aristotle. And I thought that was just so perfect considering so many of you, my viewers, are in the creative community, and we create art, sometimes with yarn, sometimes with paint, sometimes with our voices, sometimes with chips of plastic or glass or whatever. However your creative process works, you use raw materials, even if those raw materials are the sounds within your body. Excuse me, to create beautiful art. And sometimes you might create something and think, that's not my best work. And then you do nothing about it. And I know for me, I know for me, if it's not my best work, if it's just for me or it's just for the house, I'll fudge it. It'll go. But if I'm making it for someone else, and bear with me, I am picking at a sticker on my book because, again, it's a perfectionist issue. So I'll set that to the side and make sure it gets in the trash. Anyway, if it's not my best work, it's not a representation that I'm okay with leaving me. I have to make the adjustments and make the changes necessary for it to be a better product. I try where capable to do that with my videos. I hope that as we are making an environmental change and I'm indoors, that I'm giving you a pleasing product. I know that the indoor sounds for me are a little different. I am audibly aware of movement. I'm audibly aware of maybe the dishwasher is on, or someone has started a load of laundry before heading off to work. And I try to minimize that as much as possible, but I can't eliminate it. So, what I've done is I've turned on nature sounds in the background because A, they relax me, and most times I'm going to have some background sound no matter what I'm doing. And B, I hope they relax you. So, this is why you are like, okay, she's indoors, but we hear bird sounds. Does she have birds? No. I have a puppy and I have a turtle, and I'm only excited about one of them. The other one is a whole conversation that we're not going to have today because it's Thursday and it's also Book of the Day Thursday. So I wanted to show and share, and I need to write myself a reminder to put a tag in my description box. By the way, if you haven't noticed, I've been encouraging you to check the description box. For those of you who think about the color pink, and that's a reminder to a few of you, I will be drawing a decision about that very, very soon. Probably either today or tomorrow, at the latest Saturday, and I will make an announcement about why pink is so important to me right now. And I will go forward with that conversation later. But again, the book of the day is Crochet in a Weekend. 29 quick to stitch sweaters, tops, shawls, and more. And I haven't had this book extraordinarily long, but I have been inspired by this book on multiple occasions. Either because I wanted to recreate what I saw, and I'm only doing a gentle peek. Are those not gorgeous? Look at this. I'm going to have to cover my face for a second. But oh my goodness, is that not beautiful? That's just the wraps and shawls. But oh, wait, there's more. She does tees and tops. Beauty without question. For example, heck, look, let's look at just the back cover. Our author for this book is Selena Baca. And what I particularly love about this book, in addition to the inspirational pictures and colorways, she suggests a particular type of yarn. But then, when if you're not able to get the yarn that she initially suggested for how she made it, she gives other yarny suggestions of how you could change it just a little and still create an amazing product. I really like that because so often, especially when you're new to crochet, you see a pattern. I mean, I've done it, especially when I started reading patterns and finding the source was Yarnspirations. I could go to Yarnspirations website, pull down a pattern and say, oh, I want to make that, and kind of read through and realize, okay, yeah, I know all of those stitches. Then I go back and I look at the yarn and the yarn is discontinued, or it's a fabric that I don't have access to, because at that point the only place I had access to yarn was maybe Michael's. I won't even say Joann's because I didn't have a Joann's anywhere near me at that point, and possibly Walmart. So if I couldn't get it of one of two places, I had not ever ordered yarn. So I didn't know how to do that. And it just became a product I didn't do. Or I tried it with a different project, a different type of yarn, and the yarn didn't work out because at that time I didn't understand about the widths of yarn, the thicknesses of yarn, the difference between a 2 weight and a 4 weight. Even when YouTube became a thing and I would watch certain YouTubers make a product, make a wearable particularly, and because I didn't like their colorway, I just used what I might have had access to. And I'm thinking, okay, not listening, not listening that this is two strands of 2 weight run together, which is essentially just a 3 weight or a DK yarn. I'm running two 4 weights together. And I can't understand why I now have this cloak of a product that wasn't meant to be that heavy, wasn't meant to be that thick. And I didn't understand the difference. Those are the things when you hear me do Terminology Tuesday, that once we get past the letters and the initials that you see in a pattern, we're going to talk about fiber weights and things like that so that you have a better understanding, and hopefully you don't invest in purchasing a lot of something that you're never going to use. I have been guilty of purchasing a ton of one type of yarn and not being happy with it. So it became a waste of my time and a waste of my money. And fortunately for me, I had someone very close to me who is also a very yarny person, and she was able to work with that yarn. So we just traded. She gave me the yarns that she had that she liked but didn't really use as much. I gave her the yarn that I purchased and absolutely didn't like. Mm, thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, I want to also answer a question. If you don't know and you haven't commented in my comment sections on my videos, I am pretty responsive. If you ask me a question, as much as I can answer it there, I usually do. And someone asked me about this. They're considering, I'm assuming, to purchasing the Furls crochet hook. Now, mind you, the one in my hand is an L. So that's a pretty big headed hook. But I'm also working with 2 strands of 4 weight yarn with this hook. So absolutely I need a big hook. But the question was, is there a thumb rest, or, how do I deal with there not being a thumb rest? And what do I think of it? What would I recommend, resin versus metal? And I thought, what an amazing question. It's not something I would think of because, well, we'll just say this. Michelle has, and these are just the two that are sitting right here on the sofa. No plan intended. Yeah, I think that right now those are the only hooks nearby. But the point of it is, there's usually a hook within hand's reach. And what's crazy is, as I'm thinking about it, and again, you notice I haven't fully left the camera. I reached over to my to go project bag, and I'm reaching in the bag, and there's an emergency hook. These are the same hook. One's just dirtier than the other because it gets more use and it gets more sunlight. But, excuse me, I keep different types of hooks around based on what I'm doing. This has been my treat to myself, but it's also my workhorse hook for my heavier project right now. And to answer the question, no, there isn't really a thumb rest or a deviation in indentation. I am a knife gripper. I can pencil grip. I don't recommend pencil gripping with the rounder, fatter shafts of hooks. They're just not going to be comfortable for you. As someone who knows how to pencil grip, this is a waste of all of this. This is for the ergonomic support of the interior of your hand. If that's sitting above the crux of your hand, between your thumb and index finger, it's not doing anything but adding additional weight to your hand that you don't need. Now, if you are knife gripping, this keeps your hand open. This controls whether or not you're going to press into the fat part of your palm. If your hands are smaller than mine, this won't do that. And it doesn't press into mine, not really, because when I'm crocheting, let me grab, and I'm not going to grab the yarn that I can grab because you don't need to see that. But if I'm grabbing a piece of yarn and I want to crochet it for a little bit, and mind you, I'm doing this in front of you, I'm pulling through. This is rolled. I'm literally moving my fingers to adjust the head's position to grab the yarn, turn it and pull it through. I am not doing a whole lot of things with my wrist. It's just the fingers and it's just rolling. And the fact that this is round on all sides makes that possible. So that's why I like the furls. I will say they feel weighted. If you need a light and easy to manipulate hook, that would not be the first thing I would recommend you go for. Instead, I would say look at a furls wood hook. And again, before you invest in a furls hook, I would recommend you look at maybe Fire. They're going to be about the same price, but if you're going to buy wood, buy something a little less expensive. But my go-to intro to an ergonomic hook of similar design is Ommi. We find Ommi on Amazon, and Ommi's run about $12 a piece. They have some beautiful hooks. If you're interested in trying a resin, that would be a great one to try, because Ommi hooks, again, $12 versus $25. You could have got two for the price of one. And they're beautiful. Please don't misunderstand. They are beautiful. You notice I did not say buy a lot of resin, and I have a reason. Because I'm clumsy. I just hit my mic. Need I emphasize the fact that I'm clumsy any better? I'm clumsy. I will set something down and it might roll and boom, it hits the floor. I have had resin hooks break because they hit the floor and the tip of it broke off. You can imagine I was not very pleased. Do I still own some resins? Yes, because I don't use them. I liked the way they worked with certain yarns. I didn't like the way they worked with other yarns. But at the end of the day, I don't want to have to worry about my raw materials when planning out a project. If I'm planning out a project, whether it's a quick, get it done in a day, or I'm expecting to work on this for the next 2 months project, I don't want to have to worry about it. I want to be able to do what I need to do with the materials that I need, and I want to be able to move forward. I want to be able to work on it when I want to work on it. So that being said, resin is not a choice I make. Your mileage may vary. And another question that I asked, and I just realized we are almost 20 minutes into this conversation. And yes, I am going to add some crochet time, but it may not be a full session because I am spending a lot of time talking today. With that said, another question I was asked is, what are some of the whips that I have going on? Now, no, I'm not going to sit here and list every single whip for you. If you've listened to other content creators, you know we typically have a multitude of whips going on simultaneously. If you walked around my apartment right now, I promise you, you could probably lay hands on anywhere from 10 to 20 to probably even 25 different whips. It is what it is. No defense, no argument. It is what it is. Some are going to be finished, some are going to be frogged. The ones that are going to be frogged, I am doing those because I'm probably planning out something different. And as much as I needed that experience, I don't want the final product. So they'll be frogged back. But my priority whips right now are the Yes Michelle Crochets Challenge. Amber, Mama, you all are not off the hook. Literally, not off the hook. I'm almost done. So be aware. That's coming very, very soon. I have one more piece to create, and then we will showcase the entire thing and discuss what I did with that insane combination of yarn. And let's move on. A couple of weeks ago, I told you guys that I have a pattern or a project that stays in my bedroom. It doesn't come out of my bedroom. I haven't shown it to anyone per se. I was in my bedroom yesterday while having a video conversation with Amber. Again, Amber is JV's crochet, and you heard me say Mama. Of course, that's Mama Wench. But I was in my bedroom on video with Amber, and we were discussing. I forgot what we were discussing. We talked about a lot of things, and some of it just isn't your business. I love you, but no. Anyway, I showed her the bedroom shawl because it is almost done. So that was something that I wanted to share with her. And once it's complete, I will share it with you as well. Um, I want to create the sleeves for my black and taupe marl duster sweater, which is sitting right here. I'll give you a little peek of one of the sides, but this is coming along. Like I said, this is a recipe that I have had to change plenty of the different ingredients for because it didn't work as it was for me. For me, it's mine. So it's got to make me happy. I made a shawl that I featured on VJ's channel, and I will link VJ's channel. Let me put a note because I'm saying and not doing. Okay. Um, she does a live 3 days a week, and one is the make along Monday. The second one is whips Wednesday, and then Friday is FO Friday or Finished Object Friday, and you submit through her Facebook page or her email your project that you're making along for your Monday video. If you or have a whip going on and you want to have it featured on her channel during her live, she will show that for you on Wednesday. And then on Friday, if you have a finished object, she will discuss it and show it on her live then. I am in awe of this lady because I have zero idea how she manages to see a channel name and remember who that person is as far as the real name, what they've been making, and what their progress is. She also remembers details about their personal life that they might have shared in chat. I had maybe 10 or 11 people in my life, and I'll be honest with you, I can't tell you who was there other than maybe one or two people. Not because they weren't important, but because I was so visually overwhelmed that I couldn't keep up. And there was a lot of dead time where there was nothing being said, and I still couldn't keep up. Hats off to those of you who do that, and you can. I have been running my mouth, and I forgot. Hi, how are you? I hope you're well. I love you. I'm proud of you. You and I are almost at the end of the week. You have accomplished a lot by just getting through. And I want you to continue to do that. I want you to eat today. Get something different. I don't know what you've been eating. And I hope it's good food. But if you're eating the same thing over and over again because it's convenient, please try to do something different today. Please get your water. And yes, I know I tell you every day to drink your water, but it's important. It's important. If you have the opportunity, give yourself a treat today. Maybe you get a fuzzy pair of socks, or you buy a silly hat that you're only going to wear in the house because you might not want to have other people see you in that hat. Sometimes a funny or silly hat can engage people to want to talk to you. Maybe you don't want to talk. That's okay. But do something that makes you laugh. Just do that. You deserve it. You're worthy of love. And I'm proud of you. I'm really proud of you. And to the others, I love you too. You are important to me. You make me smile. You make me get up when it's still dark outside and make an entire video just for you. And I'm glad to do it. I think that's going to be that for now. I am going to flip the camera over and we're going to crochet together. Or you're going to do what you do, whatever that is. Knit, crochet, diamond dart, sing, stand there and stick your tongue out at the television or your phone 51 times, whatever it is. I don't know. Please let me know in the comments what you're doing. I'd love to hear, even if it is the 51 times of sticking your tongue out, or in your mind replaying Yes Michelle saying that BO is not body odor, because again, it's still not. I'm surprised at the number of people who have never seen the letters BO in a pattern and have it stand for bobble. But as you all know, I just did a whole project of single stitches and bobbles, and literally it said either SC or BO. So yes, I've seen it. It isn't, a dinosaur. A lot of people still use it, but that just is depending on the writer of the pattern. I'm just giving you the information. What you do with it, that's on you. But with that said, thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I love you so, so much. And I look forward to seeing you hopefully tomorrow. But don't go anywhere. We're going to have our crochet time or whatever you do. Until then, be good. Be good to somebody else. But most of all, have some fun today, okay? Okay. Bye bye, guys.